Geez, isn't it so convenient that it happens just a couple of weeks after the election, not a couple of weeks before a cost of living election? Now, before the election, the federal government was very clear in telling us
that the government has your back.
Very clear in telling us
our priority will be to provide cost of living relief whilst
gaslighting the nation.
Despite the fact that they had failed to deliver on a central promise of power prices going down by $275 in the previous 3 years, that in actual fact, despite the fact that you were paying more than you were 3 years ago for power, it was still technically going down.
That's just called science and maths.
What a load of bunkum that is.
In the last year to December, in the official inflation data, electricity prices went down by 25%.
And of course, the Prime Minister and the Climate Change and Energy Minister more than happy to rub this one in. In fact, they have viewed the massive election victory, and it is massive election victory by the Labor Party, to be an absolute
voter fraud.
That the suburbs, that the bush love the renewable energy scheme. They love the billions of dollars, nay, almost $1 trillion, which is going to have to be spent to move us from one system to another. And regardless of the fact that they broke a central promise, regardless of the fact that things cost more, well, they win.
As a Prime Minister,
I do the stealing.
Well, there was a little news story that happened today, and geez, isn't it so convenient that it happens just a couple of weeks after the election, not a couple of weeks before a cost of living election?
Coincidence? I think not.
Power bills are about to soar with price rises of up to 10%.
And some bad news today. Power prices are set to increase by almost 10% next year.
Household power bills are about to go up by as much as 10%.
Electricity prices went down by 25%.
So the election result, absolutely rigged. And the official result that you have to glean from the election is that people don't care about their power bills. People don't care about an increase in their power bills. People were convinced and bought off by a government that wasn't able to reduce their power bill, instead paid the power bill or part of the power bill to the power company not to pass on the endless increases. And apparently, next time again, I know you and I will feel a certain way, but once you hear somebody else saying they're complaining about their power bills, well, ask them how they voted.
Only stupid people vote for politicians like
Albanese.
Because obviously, extreme majority, at least with their first or second preference of Australians, well, they're more than happy with the system that keeps promising one thing and delivering another.
As the nation confronts an energy crisis.
Renewable energy is by far the cheapest form of energy.
If you've been astounded by your quarterly power bill, you're stupid. You're not alone.
Stick with the plan for the cheapest form of energy, which is renewables.
Everyone at home, how's your power bill going at the moment? They are reaching all-time highs, aren't they?
I think that renewable energy is the cheapest form of energy.
Energy regulators have confirmed the default market offer will rise by as much as 9.7% from July 1.
A great example of us providing cost of living relief. We've got your back.
People tell pollsters the number one issue is cost of living. A big proponent of that is the cost of an electricity bill. They keep being told that the solution to the problem is going to be cheaper, but of course the construction of the solution to the problem is one of the reasons why the power bill keeps going uppity, up, up, up. And when given a chance to vote on it, Australians seemingly didn't care. 2/3 of people made the decision not to offer anything but a ringing endorsement of what the government has put in place. But maybe it wasn't that. Maybe people didn't fall for that. Maybe, of course, they believed that the Prime Minister was the one who was telling the truth.
That is what it is. So, yep.
Telling you that you only need a Medicare card to go anywhere near a GP clinic and you'll be able to bulk bill, and 90% of people will be able to bulk bill, and you'll never need a credit card again. Even though we learn that the general practitioners, the very people who would be in charge of whether they bulk bill or don't bulk bill, 92% of them have said they will not be running that system.
This card is not Labor red or Liberal blue, it is
Poo. That's my style.